So the latest news out of Chesapeake is they have $1.4 billion of off-balance liabilities that they have to start paying off this year.
Right.
Is this cost manageable?
I think the Koreans and the Chinese want it. I think that can save Chesapeake.
Okay.
I think that they need Chesapeake's holdings. I think deals can be done. I think Chesapeake can sell off a lot of its, like the Chesapeake Midstream, their MLPs, they can sell down. What I feel is very interesting is, you know, there's a big article today in one of the papers about how the board members are paid a lot. The implication being that they look the other way. What we got to find out is how much the board really knew. And the reason I say that is because Aubrey McLennan, for all his flaws, and he's a CEO I know fairly well. He's not willing to come on the show, point that out. He's been on the show many times, not willing to come on the show. But that board is a very heavyweight board. There's an implication in that article that they're not heavyweights, they're just in there for the money.
Gotcha.
And when you look at the people on that board, like a Lou Simpson, who used to run Geico for Buffett, the head of Union Pacific, Don Nichols, I mean, these are people who are very, very smart. And Pete Miller, the guy who runs National Oil of Varco, is one of my heroes. He's really one of the smartest guys in the oil. So this was not a sinecure board. It's not a rubber stamp board. So we got to see what they do. Because I think the implication that they're a bunch of fools is dead wrong. When I looked at the board, I first thought, I just figured, well, it can't be any good because, geez, they let them get away with everything.
Right.
But now I'm really wondering whether they didn't know. And I think that's going to be Aubrey's biggest problem because, you know, you cannot, these are people with tremendous reputations at stake. I want to see what they do. I want to see what they do.
What about Southeastern Asset Management? What role do you think they'll play? They own like 13% of the stock.
You know, the role of someone who got it wrong. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't liked natural gas. I've been telling people to buy the oily stocks, not the nat gas stocks.
Yeah.
Devon got down to where it seemed to reflect none of their oil and more on nat gas. But Chesapeake's not been able to move on its aggressive targets to be more oily. I mean, they failed. And balance sheet's very stretched. A lot of things that we didn't know. It looks like a lot of things maybe that the board didn't know. I really want some clarity. What I would do if I were the board is I would come out and say, listen, we're turning this over to this law firm. And we spoke a special committee of directors. They're just going to be on this. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. And treat it like the cancer that it is. And got to find out how far it spread and got to put an end to it.
Yeah, because the board, the point is that the board may not have known what was going on.
That's my worry.
Okay.
Lindsay, that's my worry. This market is
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to